of you believe that I actually had a conversation with Chloe? You know how many raised their hands?
All of it.
Oh, I wish.
No.
No way.
Nobody?
Three. And it's so funny, you know, I thought, they're going to just love this book. They're going to be amazed by this book. But most of the time, they just don't believe. And that is such a sad thing. Because we are so much more than just these physical bodies. And there's so much information in there. And I can tell you that the gentleman who wrote the foreword, who has been a friend of mine for a long time, he didn't believe it either. But he said, it's such a great book anyway, I'm happy to write the foreword. But he's such a, left brain, logic, Cartesian, call it whatever you want, but skeptic, and didn't want to believe. By the end of the evening, I asked him, I said, okay, now, how many of you believe that I really wrote this book with Chloe? And I think I convinced about half the room. So I thought that was good. I want to share this with you.
Andrea, can I ask you?
You can ask me anything, you can stop me anytime. Go ahead.
Do you actually talk at loud voice with her, or is this a conversation going on in your head?
I do both.
Okay?
But for her, it's in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
hear the actual voice.
No, but I saw her twice. I saw her because although the physical body isn't there, you have an etheric body and you have other bodies that mimic and look just like the physical body. But yet when you look really closely, it's just light. But it's still the outline. It's very cool. It's the outline of that person's physical shape. But when you see it, because usually it flashes so quick and we go, oh, like you get scared when you see it and you turn away. But if you would not turn away, if you would just stay with it, you would see that it is the shape of that person's body, but it's filled with light. It's all light. It is the coolest thing to see. Chloe did many incredible things. One day I opened my cell phone in the morning, and I just opened the phone, and you know where they have the words? It said, Chloe is fine. I'm like, oh my God. And the moment I picked up my phone, it said, oh my God, it was gone. Chloe is fine. Imagine. Another time, she asked me in my head, she said, Mom, what's the nicest thing you ever did for me? Mom, what's the nicest thing you ever did for me? Mom, I said, I don't know, Chloe. I did so many things. I took care of you for a whole year. You were such a pain in the neck. It was impossible. It was difficult until there was nothing left to do. All I could do was watch her sleep, But before we were at that stage, we were, let's go shopping. Let's go here. Let's go for a drive. Let's do. So I said, I don't know. What is the nicest thing that I ever did for you? Now, I have 100 recordings on my phone, on this little thing that I made for that year while I was taking care of her. Just observing, whatever. Traffic going up north is making me crazy. Chloe did chemo today, this, that, everything. I'm in the car. I don't even know how to make that thing work in the car. And she makes it work. She makes it work on the one recording that answers the question of what was the nicest thing that I ever did for her. Oh my gosh. So when that started happening and all these amazing signs started happening, I also said to myself, you know what? I need to talk to other parents. I need to share this with other parents and also see what kind of signs they get. So that's book 3 that's coming soon. Or it's actually book 2. But I want to share this with you. Cut a lock of her hair. That was tough. I'm in my little house and I'm going through and I'm cleaning up and I said, you know what? I'm going to put this in that little wood stove. I don't need this lock of hair anymore. I've got Chloe near me. She's talking to me every day. I don't need this lock of hair. I burn it. I take the ashes and I go, because I live right on the edge of the water, I just go to put, because it's all wood, right? So I go to put it in the water and she's like, what are you doing? And I stop. I says, what are says, Mom, that's my DNA in there. What? My hair. And like, I burned, I don't know, 30 logs. And there was one little sliver of hair. I said, what do you mean? She says, Mom, that's my DNA. And you should treat it with respect. Okay. So I took the tray, I opened the gate, I walked down to the water, I said a prayer, and then I put the ashes in the water. And you know what? She said, thank you. 2 days later, I'm reading an article in La Presse. I never read La Presse. And there's an article about Collège Rosemont. And they're talking about this course that they have there in thanatology. I have never heard the word. Do you know that word? It's all the training for all the people in Quebec who run all the funeral parlors. And there's an article, and this young man is talking about how he respects the bodies and how he treats the bodies. I said, I gotta call these people. It's obvious I have to call them. I mean, this happened, and then I stumbled upon this. And that's the beauty that happens. You see, as you awaken to your intuition, you start to connect all these dots. And you think, oh, maybe I'm imagining, and maybe it's crazy, but it's not. It's not. It's actually the magic of the way our lives work. It's the interconnectedness of all things. And you just start to really, really tune in.
How do you know? That's the thing.
You just try. You just feel it in your heart. You open your heart and you feel it. And if it feels right, you just go with it. And sometimes you're wrong. But you will get the confirmations. You just start. Just follow the nudge. When I was younger, I would get a nudge and I would deliberately do the opposite. You know, like self-sabotage? Like you know he's no good for you. You know he's no good for you. Oh yeah, but I want him. No, I knew he was no good for me. And actually, you want to cultivate the ability to hear the guidance and the wisdom. And I'm going to go into that for a minute. So I called the college. I made about 100 phone calls. They didn't want to know me. They didn't care about me. They don't know who I am. And I finally reached the woman. And she said, whatever, call me back in 2 years. I said, no. Anyway, I waited a whole year. And I did call her back, and I did go. And we had like this loving with all these students who were going to be the future runners of all these funeral parlors. And I thought, and they're like, we never heard about any of this. I'm like, well, yeah, it's important to treat them with respect and to know, sorry guys, they're watching. They see everything you're doing. So this was a whole revelation for them. Yeah.
They believed you?
Not all of them,
No.
but the teacher did. So with time, I found out about this place. Because as all this phenomenon is happening to me, I'm thinking, okay, there must be a way to train this. There's a way to improve this. There's a way to structure this and grow it. And I went to this place. This is the Arthur Findlay College of Psychic Studies, and it's in England. And all the top mediums in the world go there to learn, and guess who? Yours truly was there. So I'm like, okay, I know there's no coincidence. I have found myself here. I might as well just dive in. And that's the place where you will suspend all disbelief. And what happened there, not only was the mediumship incredible, but I learned that when you immerse yourself in something 12 hours a day, and when you work to raise your vibration, incredible things happen. And that's why I came home and started doing this. And that's why we do the sound healing. Because I saw what happens when you consistently raise your vibration. It changes you. It changes your life. And I'm going to give you a little demonstration. But before I do that, over the course of 5 days, I received from Chloe something called the 12 Steps to Bridging. I went crazy. I never eat junk food. I was eating junk food. I was eating salt. It was too much work with spirit. It was too much. It was too close. It was too frequent. It was too in my face. And of course, the way it works, not of course, but the way it works is that your energy goes up and their energy comes down. And I asked Chloe one day, by the way, I'll just give you this because it's a visual that she gave me and I felt it helped explain a lot. I said, Chloe, where are you? Because I could hear her the way I'm hearing you. I mean, I can't tell you all the conversations we had. Like, it went on and on for 5 solid months. She said, Mom, imagine this is the whole universe. And imagine you're here. She said, I'm right here. But when we're finished this job, she said, I won't be. You're there, and I'm there. When this is done, then I'm gonna go. I'm like, oh, that was rough. That was a tough one. But that's what life is, right? Life is grief and loss and managing our losses. And we have small ones and big ones. And if there's one thing I learned, is to keep managing your losses. Don't let them pile up. Because then when big ones come, they really take you down. And you react to all the little ones that you didn't resolve. So I went to the Arthur Findlay College, and I came back with a respect for raising energy, raising vibration, and that's when I started doing these. But first, I want to give you this. So, I know this looks like I'm advertising to sell my book, but this is what it is. 134, page 134. Took me 5 days. 5 days. And you know what was really cool about it? When she would check out for the morning and say, bye, Ma, that was it. So I had nothing else to do. I couldn't force her to talk to me. I couldn't pretend she was talking to me. I just had to say, okay, I'm going to go garden now, or whatever I wanted to do. So, because I asked her, I said, give me some rules here. Give me some ground rules. Give me something that I can share with other people that they can do. She said, okay, this is number 1. And she said, it's the only of the 12 that has to be number 1. Everything else is a movable feast. You can do it in the 3rd, the 5th, or whatever, but number 1 is number 1. And number 1 is that all things are as they should be. Big one, tough one. Wait a minute. I have to go and I have to whatever. I have to be there after she's passed, and I'm looking at this and I'm feeling her nose in her, and I'm thinking, oh man, this isn't easy. This isn't easy. She's like, no, Mom. All things are as they should be. It's like this total acceptance of life, of all the good and all the bad and all the fair and all the unfair and all the random and everything. And if you can do that, she said, then you can move on. But this is the one that we have to work on. Total acceptance of life. Embracing it all. And the reason I put this in is because sometimes it's hard to do. Like, do you see the dragonfly? Sometimes you see the raspberries. Sometimes you see the dragonfly. But it's like, it all depends on your perspective and what you choose to look at. So me, I choose to look at the lesson. I always choose to go and find the deeper meaning in whatever it is that's happening to me. It's like finding the dragonfly. No, I don't want to see the dragonfly. I want to see the raspberries. You can choose what you want to focus upon. And that's how you manage to navigate through that all is as it should be. And then it starts. Okay, so if I wanted to be a swimmer, I would practice. If I wanted to be an opera singer, I would practice. And if you want to do this work, it's the same thing. People ask me, like, how can you do this work? I said, you know what? I was a single mom with no money, 3 kids, started a business, and I still managed to meditate once every 2 Friday nights with a group. It's much easier to meditate with a group, by the way. I mean, it's fine if you can do it by yourself, do it. But meditating in a group, you get the energy of the group, you get the collective of the group. It's so much more powerful. So, there you go. How many of these can you do? 1, 2, all of them. Some days you can do more, some days you can do less. The key is you have patience with yourself and you just keep going. Now, you stay calm, you meditate. And once you're disconnected, you reconnect. I'm going to read that one to you because one of the things I do when I do sound healing is I do grounding. And that's connecting. So when you come into my sound healing session, you are going to disconnect. You're going to disconnect from your phone. You're going to disconnect from your worries. You're going to sit. You're going to close the door. You lower the blinds. You are going to disconnect for that hour. You're disconnected from your life. But then we need to connect. And what do we connect to? Are you okay? Do you want some water? Here, you know what? I didn't touch it. Here. Beaconsfield doesn't like water bottles, and be careful because the cover is open. It's not closed because I had just opened it. Yeah, so help yourself. So this is all written by her. I'll just read you what she wrote. Once you've disconnected, it's time to connect. Connect to the earth by grounding yourself. These types of communications require grounding, or else you'll wear yourself out. Then connect to yourself. I love this line. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, you know what it is? Do nothing. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to do nothing. It's so hard for us to do nothing. We think we're being lazy. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to do nothing, is to sit. Sorry? Say it. You agree?
Yeah.
You agree? I didn't agree. I could never do nothing. I was like on, full speed ahead. Write what you receive. Write down what you get. Always write down what you get. If you don't, I still do that today. If I don't write down what I get, poof, it's gone. There's something I didn't put in here, which is a picture of this meditation cabinet. I met this amazing medium, and he said to me, Andrea, you should have a meditation cabinet. And my son built it. And it's an actual structure. It's made with PVC pipe. I don't have a big apartment, but it's in my kitchen. I figured instead of a kitchen table, I have a meditation cabinet. That's it. I have a tiny little kitchen, so it takes up the whole thing. But it is actually 3 feet, and it's 6 feet up, and it has curtains all around. So it's like a rectangular structure with a cover. And then inside I have pictures and crystals and this and that. But it's an extremely powerful place to meditate. So if any of you want to know what is a meditation cabinet, I actually made a video which is really badly done because I did it. And it's on my site, you can see it, but at least you'll see. Heather, you saw it.
Yeah,
you saw the cabinet.
It's really cool.
You thought it was cool?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them online too, that they're like little, either like a teepee or like a little canopy that goes, like a circle with a canopy that goes down. So there's many ways you can make one.
Many ways. Even I was told you can go to IKEA and you can get the mosquito netting and put it up, and then it creates just sort of a thing like this, and you sit. Yeah. Anyway, I have a really comfortable chair in there. I eat in there. I'm on the phone in there. I'm sitting there all the time. Yeah. So the next slide is just sort of like an information slide, because people want to know, okay, so how do you get information? Like, what exactly happens? And you get it all these different ways. You do. Every single one of these ways I have received information from Spirit. And everybody in this room, absolutely, no exceptions, is capable of communicating with Spirit. All you have to do, when you wanted to be a chef, you didn't just become a chef. You worked at it. You strove to, you had recipes, you had staff, you had policies and procedures. There's a whole way to have mastery of your craft. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And if it matters to you enough, You do it. So every single one of these you can do. Sometimes one, sometimes a few, sometimes. Chloe was a smoker. It was the one thing, no matter how much morphine she took, it was the only thing really that she felt would dull the pain. I know it's hard for you to hear this, eh? Because you knew Chloe so well, and you didn't know she passed. I know, Kathy, I'm sorry. Yeah. So Chloe was a smoker. And sometimes when I would be, whatever, out for a run, I mean, I'm alone. I'm on the Beaconsfield golf course. I'm running and there's like nobody around, and I get this massive whiff of smoke. Or I'm in my car. Or I'm at home and I just open my closet, whatever. Now you could say, oh yeah, but you know, maybe last night you were out and somebody was smoking and it's in your clothes. You can always doubt. But honestly, doubt will kill your ability to hear spirit. It's hard, I know. And when you're very logical, you think it's not possible. But I'm telling you, all of us are spirit. All of us can communicate with spirit. And you know what she told me one day? She said, Mom, if you only knew how close we all are, you'd be bumping into us all the time. So this is the experiential part of the evening. This is where you get to have a little experience of sound healing. Now, some people in the room have a lot of experience with sound healing. But I wanted to bring it to you to give you an idea of the power of these instruments to raise your vibrations. So I'm not going to go crazy with all my music and this and that. But I'm just going to bring it in a little closer. And we're going to do just 5 minutes.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Are there any bad spirits?
Absolutely. There's bad people, there's bad spirits, there's everything. There's everything on this plane, there's everything on every plane. Absolutely.
So how can you tell if you're getting a good advice from a good spirit or bad advice from a bad spirit?
Well, let me ask you a question. When you surround yourself with your friends, okay, your energy attracts certain people to you. There are certain people that you like to be with, and there's certain people that you don't like to be with. There's certain people you would never go out for dinner with, and there's other people you would have in your home every night of the week. So it's our energy that attracts the group of people that we have, that attracts our posse, our tribe, whatever. It's the same thing with spirit. If you keep your vibration high, girl, you are only going to attract high energy. It's that simple. I never worry about the dark. Because you know, everything is of God. Everything, the dark, the light, it's all part of God. And as far as I'm concerned, I just work with the energy that is compatible with me. What energy is compatible with me? Well, I decide. So, I meditate, I eat well, I drink water, all this stuff you don't know. I exercise, yada, yada, yada. There's nothing here that's rocket science. I eat food that I try that's kissed by the sun. I make my, I eat good food. That's a big one. What you put in your body is hugely important. The kind of music I listen to, the essential oils that I burn, the pictures on my wall. Oh my God, I could go on and on. All of that determines your energy, and your energy determines what you attract. Simple as that. So there's nothing to worry about. Just take care of you. Just raise you. And that's it. Does that give you a bit of an answer?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the short version, but it's really true. It's really true.
Because I had experiences, so I believe that, yeah.
I can tell you, I don't want to get into this, but I do other kinds of work. I do, and I just got into this just one day. You know how things happen and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I didn't know I could do this. But I do something called soul rescue, it is the best work ever. If I could just do soul rescue all the time, I would be so happy. It is the most fulfilling, the most extraordinary, and it is all done in the world of the invisible. It is not done on this plane. But it is done basically, like when Chloe said, Mom, you're there, I'm there, and I'm gonna move. When this book is done, I'm out of here. Well, some souls, they go here in spirit form, but they don't move on. They don't move on because of all their own particular beliefs and fears and dogma, and at some point, some of them really, really want to move on, and they need help, and that's the work I do. But that's another discussion, because that's like, oh my God, now we really don't belabor,
Why is it that they don't, like you said, your grandmother was with you for 7 years, and then she stopped. Why did she stop? Like what?
Because she also was, she's like, okay, you don't need me anymore, I'm done now. Off I go.
Okay.
Yeah. And she comes back. She comes back, and also, she will come back, just like Chloe will come back from time to time. I can tell you, one of the times they really come back? When you have a wedding, when you have a funeral, when it's Christmas, when you have the whole family gathered. Gather them up too. Invite them in too. Oh my God, they're there. Because they love to see the whole family. They love to know what everybody is doing. Your birthday, big one. Invite them to come for your birthday. Another thing you can do is you can set a time and a date. Meet me at 10 o'clock, Sunday morning. You know that beautiful bench we used to sit in St. James Park there, right by the water? Okay, that bench. I'll see you there Sunday morning at 10. Don't forget, you gotta be at that bench. Okay, Mom, I'll be there, I'll be there. And you go, and you sit on that bench, and you just sit, and you wait. And when your heart opens up, then you know they're there. That's why I do so much work in our sound healing with opening the heart. Because that's, And when you did it this morning, it was so cool because you were like this.
Yeah.
You weren't like this, you were like this.
No, I was, and then.
And it went like this, like as if it's so big that it's like overflowing. I thought that was so beautiful. So when I do a session, I always start by creating a safe space and allowing everybody to come a bit to the same vibration, because everybody in the room is at their own level, right? But we want to kind of create a collective. And I'm telling you, it's powerful to meditate in a group. It's such a wonderful thing. So, are you ready?
Yep.
I'm going to ask you just close your eyes, just take a breath. Keep your feet on the floor if you can. If you're not comfortable and you want to keep your legs crossed, cross your legs, doesn't matter. I always say, if the cell phones go off, it doesn't matter. If somebody barges in, doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I mean, just take a breath, and on the out breath, I want you to breathe out through the mouth and just let it all out. And one more. I like to create a sacred space, and I imagine, and we use the unlimited power of our imaginations to put up around this group a sacred pyramid. We pull up one side that's red, look across and pull up the other side that's purple, and the third side is a light blue, and the fourth side is a magnificent gold. And all of us are well ensconced within this beautiful pyramid of light. And normally I would do a grounding right now. I would use my drawing. And I would imagine, and I would ask all of you to imagine that you look up at the top of this pyramid, and there's just a little space at the very top, and down from the heavens, this beautiful white divine light comes down. It comes down, and it comes down through the crown and the head and the arms, goes out the 10 fingers, down through the torso and the legs, and down through the soles of the feet, down into the earth. We do it again. We bring that white divine light down through the crown. Imagine it now coming through your body and creating this river of light through the torso, splits at the legs, and down through the soles of the feet. And the purpose is to ground. The purpose is to feel connected. And when you feel connected to the earth, then you can let go. That's the paradox. When you feel grounded and you feel centered and you feel good, then you're really ready to receive. That's it. Just listen to the vibration of the crystal. It's all about resonance. Our bodies are water. Our body, every cell resonates. Every cell responds to music, to sound, to vibration. We are vibratory beings. That's what we are.